You can now do actual on-click animations in Canva. That's a big deal for any of you presenters out there. Now, how to do this? So I'm going to make each of these lines appear on click. To do that, if your text and your element is made up of multiple pieces, you're going to want to group them together. So click and drag or highlight everything, select everything, and make your little groups. So each of these lines for me is going to be a group, and I'm going to bring those lines in, or those groups in, on click one at a time. And yes, there's even a click order. So you can do all of this here in Canva now. And you don't have to make separate pages or whatever with only one little tiny difference to make click animations. Okay, now that I've got all these grouped together, they're like one item each. And so from here, I can actually just click and hold shift and kind of select all of these groups, go up to my little tab toolbar guy, right, and click animate. And now each of these I can choose my animation, right? I can fade each of them in, something like that. I can even blur them in, whatever. Let's go ahead and go with the blur option. I'm going to click on that so they each have an animation applied to them. I applied it to all of them at the same time. You could apply different animations individually to each one. Check out the top of this little animation tool window, toolbar thingy. At the top we see appear on click. That's new, right? So we click that, and now all of these appear when we click. But we need to make sure we got the right order. And so when we click on click order, we're going to see a tiny little preview of the actual element, and then we're going to see the animation, I guess, to the right of it. So we use a blur animation. Now we can take each of these, and when we click on the element, or the which animation order, I guess, the element in the order, it actually highlights it out here. So that's nice, right? So if I can't tell which sentence this is, when I click on it, it does highlight it out there. And so as I click down, it looks like they're in the correct order. And so that's perfect. Now I can go ahead and preview this slide. So this is page 2. If we go to present, let's go present full screen. Hopefully this screen recorder works just fine. Present, there we go. Okay, so we're on the slide. We set those to animate on click, which means we don't see anything yet, right? We just click to this slide. Now we need to click to animate each one of those. So we click or press our arrow key, whatever you want to, and boom, animates in. So this has been a much needed feature here in Canva for presentations. I mean, it might seem kind of basic. By the way, if you use the back arrow, it just kind of goes back. It doesn't necessarily go through those clicks again. If we want to, I believe, yeah, it'll still just go back. So we can't animate out of it, but we can animate on click. So that's it right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We grouped all those elements together so that they could come in as one animation and one click each. Now you can shorten up those presentations from a slide deck number, right, to actually be able to create on-click animations here in Canva.